the asynchronous sequential circuits design, right? We came to know that almost synchronous sequential circuit and asynchronous sequential circuits are both at the top level, top schematic consent, both are same, except the additional input of enable or clock, right? And there are also two combinational circuits and one memory unit, basically consist of some latches, right? Raw latches without any additional control on them. Therefore, they will work whenever the X changes or whenever the state of memory changes, right? Memory state change is there in the circuit or input X change is there in the circuit. Automatically your circuits will function, and then accordingly every block will generate the output, right, based on its internal logic. So because of that output changes, then again there is a feedback, so that that feedback will again make changes in the circuits. So the circuits will lead to generate the output over the time, different outputs over the time, right? That means it will be in the uncontrolled fashion or uncontrolled processing. That means we don't have anything over the circuits to limit its flow or restrict its flow, right, at this stage now. But we are going to incorporate some additional algorithm or additional stages such a way to restrict the flow of the circuits, because we needed to get our application done. At the same time, we cannot let the circuit to work on its own, correct? So in between these two cases, we should to compromise something. So such a way we are going to restrict the flow of asynchronous sequential circuits, right? But relatively it is sort of complicated circuit, but it has its own advantages, right? Some cases we needed to go for this kind of circuits only, right? That we will see application subsequently. Today also we try to demonstrate some asynchronous sequential circuits also in the lab, right? After showing the finite state machines, Mealy and Mori model for some applications, right? Okay, so we have taken one simple application circuit, right? Then we analyzed that circuit in terms of its logical equation and then its transition table. So finally we got this transition table now, right? So look here, we should understand this transition table. So X is the input and the small y1, y2 are the input, or also the input, right? And the capital Y1, Y2 will be the next state. Next state means the output of the circuit. Output in the sense here we are not tapping out anything from the FPGA, therefore it is not actually output, right? It is the internal feedback, because nothing is coming out of this one now. Just we have my marked here, but nothing is treated here as the output. It is going back here, right? It is going back. In this case concerned, no separate output. Okay. Therefore, when the X is 0, right? Listen me very clearly. When the X is 0, hey, show me your face, all of you, those who have broadband network. Why you people are not showing by default? So look now, this X is there, right? X is 0, and the present input, the input Y1, no present input, Y1, Y2, that's all, right? Y1, Y2, that's all. So Y1, Y2 is 0, 0. Therefore, as per this equation, as per this operation of the circuit, the capital Y1, Y2 will be 0, 0 now, right? And then this 0, 0 again will come back as the input, right? Then also the Y1, Y2 will generate only 0, 0. Therefore, the circuit is in the stable state now. Circuit is in the stable state. That means stability is maintained in the circuit. That means over the time, your Y1, capital Y1, Y2 will never be changed. Will never be changed until unless you change the X now, right? So circuit is in the stability. That reached the stable state means your capital Y1, Y2 will never be changed until unless you force the circuit to change in some way, right? Now, I am changing the X from 0 to 1. X from 0 to 1. X from 0 to 1 now, right? When X is changed from 0 to 1 externally, that is external input, right? Externally, manually, we are feeding the input. or that input comes from somewhere. It's previous stage of the design of the circuit. In that case, the y1, small y1 and small y2 is still 0, 0, but x is forced to 1. Because of this x changes, the capital Y1, Y2 will be 0, 1. Capital Y1, Y2 will be 0, 1 now, right? Now we assumed that this 0 and this 1 happens simultaneously, right? Under this assumption, we are proceeding further, right? So that means that the circuit is functioning here at one instant of time. When I change the x to 1 at an instant of time, right? That 1 is propagating through this entire circuit, and then capital Y1, Y2 will be generated. We assumed that the capital Y1, Y2 is generated here simultaneously without any delay, right? But next discussion, we are going to see if there is any delay, what will happen? You understand now? Because there will be definitely delay, because the Y1 logic is different, Y2 logic is different. The amount of gate is involving in Y1 and the amount of gate is involving in Y2 are not same, are not always the same, are not known, are not needed to be same. Correct, no? So Y1 may consist of different n number of shift register, n number of magnitude comparator. Y2 may be one multiplier or one adder. We do not know, right? It depends upon the complexity involved in the logical expression of Y1 and Y2. You understand now? But now time being, we assume that Y1 and Y2 is generating simultaneously at an instant of time now, and also the path delay, the propagation time, here also the feedback propagation time also same. So the idea is in this discussion, we assumed that capital Y1, capital Y2 is simultaneously generated, and then the Y1, Y2 are simultaneously reflected at the Y1 and Y1 and Y2 also. The idea is something like that. The processing delay is the same for Y1, Y2, and then the propagation delay also same for Y1 and Y2 now. You understand now? So at the same time, the capital Y1 reaches this Y1 and this Y2 reaches this Y2 now, right? Right. In this condition, whenever I change x to 1, then the circuit capital Y1, Y2 will be 0, 1 now, 0, 1 now. Correct? No, 0, 1, 1. This we got based on its internal logical operation. Then this is 0, Y1, the capital 0, capital Y1, 0, capital Y2, 1. This is 0, 1 no. Then this will reach the small Y1, Y2 after some time. Correct? No? Now here 0, here 1 now. New 0, new 1. Earlier it was 0, 0 only now. Now 0, 1 is here. Then this 0 will reach small Y1, and then this 1 will reach small Y2. Therefore, after some time, the circuit input will change into this row. Right? There is a transition from the first row into second row now. Why there is a transition? Because capital Y1, Y2 changed. Therefore, small Y1, Y2 also will be changed. Will be changed after some time now, because that is coming back. That is coming back as the input into the circuit now. So now I am in the second row now. Then you go to second row, then 0, 1 is here now, right? Now the circuit X is 1 here now, right? Now circuit input is 1 now. Here the small Y1, Y2 is 0, 1 here. Then this 0, 1 will go inside now. The 0, 1 will go inside now. Then capital Y1, Y2 also will be 0, 1. Also will be 0, 1 now. Correct. Then again that 0, 1 will come here. Again the circuit will generate 0, 1 only. Therefore, there is a stable state. There is a stable state now. So that the idea is, whenever I change the x from 0 to 1, the earlier stable state of the circuit is disturbed. That means a new state is generated, but there is no any issue, because that new state becomes a stable state. New state becomes a stable state now, because there is an option. In this circuit concerned, the 0, 1, then the 0, 1 will become the small y1 as input, and then that will propagate. Again the capital Y1, Y2 will be 0, 1 only. That 0, 1 will again propagate. Then that is 0, 1 only. Therefore, circuit is in the stable state now. So because of changing the x from 0 to 1, nothing happens there. Circuits will be remain in the stable state now. Remain will be in the stable state. Suppose if you look this x, Y1, Y2 in the two channel of your DSO, right? Your DSO is there, not digital storage oscilloscope, DSO, 2 channel you feed there, then 0 0 will be there, you change the X to 1, then 0 1, that's all. 0 1, no more changes there. Because of your input change, there is only one state to change. However, the circuit is in the very stable state now, right? So there is a stable state that is indicated by circle or dot or star, whatever you like. Then now the circuit is in the state, in this state now. Now the circuit is in this state now, right? Now suppose I am bringing back the 1 to 0 input. I am bringing back the input to 1 to 0 because I don't have any other option. No, only one input means you can make 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. That's all, right? You cannot make 1 to 1 1, 0 to 0 1. No option now. Because only one bit input is there. So I'm making this X input right now from 1 to 0, right? I'm making the input 1 to 0 now. Maybe something like this. X goes to 1 to 0. 1 to 0. Now what happens? 1 to 0, right? When the input is changed to 1 to 0, that input will propagate through the circuit. Then now the circuit is in this stable state. 1 1 will be the capital Y1 Y2. Correct? No? 1 1 will be generated now. So 1 1 will be the capital Y1 Y2. Then that will become again small y1 y2 after some time. So now the circuit will go to this row now. Third row, here it is y1. 1 1 is there now. 1 1, correct. 1 1 is there now. Now the circuit input is 0. Correct? No? 0. Therefore, again the capital Y1 will be 1 1 only. Capital Y1 Y2 will be 1 1 only. Then that 1 1 will again become small 1 1. Therefore, there is a stable state. There is a stable state, right? So circuit, because of changing the input from 1 to 0, circuit reached the stable state. No issue at all to the circuit now. So now the circuit is till now in your control. Whenever we change the input, there is a transition in the state of the circuit, right? And then that this transition reaches the stable state. There is a stability in the circuit, right? Now circuit is in this state now. You foresee that if again you change the input into 1, then it will go to 1 0, come to 1 0. Again there is 1 and now 1 0. There is a stable state. So this circle indicates the stable state. Stable state. Correct? No? Stable state. And this 1 0 are there. No? These are all the right intermediate state or transition states. Transition states. Not race. It is a transition state. That means that state becomes the stable state. Transition state. Transition state. These are all called transition state, and these are all called the stable state. Circuit reached the stable state. You keep one thing in your mind, that is, if only one stable state is in the row, if only one stable state is in the row, it is called a fundamental or primitive transition table. Primitive, Primitive, primitive transition table. Primitive transition table. This we will see in depth. This algorithm we will see in depth after some discussions. Now just to keep in your mind, if only one stable state is there in the row, I mean in the state row, that what we call as a primitive flow table or primitive transition table. Primitive in the sense old, I mean fundamental, right? Base, that is a fundamental transition table. Fundamental transition table. Magna, understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will continue. Any doubt here? This is clear now? Right. Next, we are going into state table for this transition table. State table. state table for this transition table now. It is as usual only, no more changes here. You take present state, input, and next state. We don't have any idea about the flip-flop now. I mean latch now, sorry, latch now. So we no need to worry about that section now. So here, present state, here input, this is our next state. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 1. Then input will be 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Input will be 0, 1, 0, 1. You tell me present state is 0, 0, right? Then present state is 0, 0. Next state in the sense this is nothing but capital Y1, capital Y2. Present state is nothing but small y1, small y2. Small y1, small y2 is the present state. Capital Y1, capital Y2 is the next state now. So 0, 0, 0 means what is the next state?
0.
0, 0.
0.
0, 0. 1 means 0,
0.
1. You fill up it now. I will write here. You also fill up and then you check. 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1, 0. This is the basic state table. You know this one already. Basic state table. Basic state table now. Right. With this knowledge, we proceed further to discuss about some issues, right, in the asynchronous circuits. And then why do we need to do some additional state inserting or incorporation in this circuit to avoid all these issues, right? We will see some issues associated to the asynchronous sequential circuits. Issues associated to the asynchronous sequential circuit. Asynchronous sequential circuit. This pen color is clear, no? You can able to see, no, this color? No issue, no? Okay. Now, suppose I am taking, this is one path, this is path 2. Path 1, path 2, this is capital Y1, this is capital Y2. Obviously, this is coming back here. This is small y1 and this is coming back here. This is small y2, right? Maybe there are some internal dealing. Matlab, this part will come here, this part, some intermediate part will go here and will come here. That is fine. Now look in this circuit. There are two paths, means the path consists of some combinational circuits and then latches. Combinational circuit plus latch now. Right. In the same way, the path 2 also, this circuit also has some combinational circuits and then some latches now. Now listen here. This circuit, suppose I am giving the input, maybe input is applied here. Assume input is also going into this circuit as well as this circuit. I mean, two paths now, two different logic, because Y1 is different equation and Y2 is different equation. So, right, these two has a different logical combinations. and the number of gates involved in Y1 and Y2 may be same or may not be same. Doesn't mean that it should be same all the time. Right, depends upon the applications. Fine. Now, suppose at an instant of time, I'm changing the input X. I'm changing the input X, right? That instant, maybe T0, the changed input will propagate through the circuit. So the entire circuits will work here. Understand? The entire circuit will work here. Then the Y1 and Y2 will be changed accordingly. It means that it doesn't ensure or there is no any condition that the Y1 and Y2 variable should change simultaneously. Correct? No? In practical case, in practical application, Y1 can happen well in advance before Y2, or Y2 can change well in advance before Y1. Understand? Or Y1 and Y2 may simultaneously change. We do not know, we cannot predict also, because it depends upon the logical combination involving in Y1 and Y2. Understand that also will change based on your input. Suppose if you give one input, then that input may make all the AND gate 0 and finally only one OR gate may work. But if you give some other input, that input will enable all the AND gate to work and then finally OR gate also. So prediction is possible, but we are not interested in such a prediction. And what are you going to do with such a predictions? Because there is a huge amount of gates is involving. Enormous amount of logical blocks are involving. Enormous amount of IP core, hard IP core, soft IP cores are involving in your signal processing. So we no need to go for that much level, micro level analysis, because we will get nothing out of such analysis now. The idea is here, the Y1 and Y2 may change at any instant of time based on its internal own logic. Doesn't mean that the Y1 variable and Y2 variable should change at a time. So one issue is there, that is a variable next state variable. This color will not be. Then Anvisha will say that that color is not visible, sir. So the next state now, the next state variable variable change may not be simultaneous. May not be simultaneous, obviously, correct, may not be simultaneous. Second thing, if Y1 and Y2 is not changing simultaneously, then obviously, then the Y1, Y2 reaching the input and going into the input also will not be simultaneous. Will not be simultaneous now. Therefore, the Y1 and Y2 entry into the circuit is also not simultaneous. Is also not simultaneous. Then another problem is the length of this feedback path. The length of this feedback path is there, no? So suppose hello, you are getting me now? Okay. See, the feedback path length, no, the length, because suppose it has this has 1,000 gates, this much length is there. This has only 100 gates, this much length is there. Then the feedback path length also may be different. Logic to logic. Correct? No, Y1 to Y1, Y2 to Y3, Y3 to Y4 now. So all together, if you take some variable here delay, and if you take some more variable here delay, right? So this delay is the augmented delay of its internal processing, path delay, propagation delay, all together, correct? No? So the delay 1 and the delay 2 may not be same. Correct? If I take this is delay 1, this is delay 2, may not be same. Suppose if delay 1 is smaller than delay 2, then capital Y1 will be quickly generated than the capital Y2. Therefore, the Y1 will quickly reach the input side than the Y2, this Y2. Small Y1 will quickly reach and then small Y2 will quickly reach now. You understand now? So these are all the main issues associated to the circuit now. These issues these issues will lead the circuit into races. We lead the circuit into races now. We lead the circuit into races in the sense, the races are called two types. One is the critical races and then oscillation races. Cyclic races, oscillation races now. We should understand what are they, how do they occur in the circuit, and how do we prevent them. And how do we make the circuit not to go into any such a races now. But sometimes we need to keep the circuit in the race to get some pulses, to get some oscillation now. Because whenever circuit is in the cycle, it can give you the periodic signal, it can give you the periodic pulses now, so through which you can generate some clocks internally without the support of any external crystal clock. So all those things we are going to see now. Understand? So the issue associated with this thing is mainly because of no any timing control over the operation of the circuit. Therefore, the circuits will go to any kind of a cycle or any kind of races in the case. So now, I take some example. With that some example, we try to understand it now. Suppose I am taking one transition table. Transition table. This transition table, you take this one. I take one simple example. Y1, Y2, X, 0, 1, 1, 0. Suppose I am taking here 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 now. 1, 1, 1, 1 now. So we know that the 0, 0, there is a stable state to 0, 1, 1, there is a stable state to 1 now. Right. Now we will understand this case, possible transitions. Possible transitions. Now the idea is, suppose X is initially at 0, X is initially at 0, therefore one circuit capital Y1, Y2 also 0, 0. Internal entry is capital Y1, Y2. Correct now? External entry is small y1, y2 now. This is small y1, y2. So in this application, in this circuit, in this transition table, when X is 0, right, your capital Y1, Y2 is 0, 0, then, right, then let it become at any instant of time 0, 0, right. The 0, 0 only will come here. Therefore, capital Y1 also, Y1, Y2 also 0, 0. Therefore, circuit is in the stable state now. Now I am making the X input 0 to 1. 0 to 1 now. 0 to 1 now. But what is expected now? 0 to 1 means the capital Y1 should go from 0, 0 to 1, 1. Should go from 0. This is expected actually. Correct now? As per this transition table, the 0, 0 should move to 1, 1 now. There should be a transition from 0, 0 to 1, 1. But due to this delay, due to this processing and propagation delay, what are the possible transition now? The 0, 0 may become 0, 1 and then become 1, 1. Correct no? Or else 0, 0 may become 1, 0 and then become 1, 1. Because finally the state Y1, Y2 will definitely should reach 1, 1. Should reach 1, 1. Correct no? Should reach 1, 1. Because that is by default. That is by the logical combinations now. But in between, the circuit may become 0, 1. Here the idea is the Y1 required some more time to become 1 than the Y2, because the number of logic involving in Y2 is maybe smaller than the Y1. Correct no? Therefore 0, 0, it should go to actually 1, 1, but Y2 become 1 here. But Y1 is still 0 because the Y1 path is still working. Therefore that 0 is being maintained at the Y1. Then it should reach 1, 1. Correct. Then 0, 0 to 1, 0 now. Then 1, 1. It is expected now. This is actually expected. But these are all the possible transitions. These are all the possible transitions that we assume. And we assume that we feel that circuit can go to 0, 1 and then 1, 1. circuit can be at 1 0 and then 1 1, but we do not know what the circuit, what will happen to the circuit when it goes to 0 1, because the 0 1 is unexpected and it is not, it is uncounted. Correct? No, the circuit is not dealt to this state now, it is dealt to only this state now, because this is a unaccounted state now, because we did not consider it at all. But circuit may go, correct? No, circuit may reach that state and then to some state now. So suppose if the transition happens in this way, what happened here? What happened? That we will analyze in this transition table now. So look now, input is changed from 0 to 1. Now if the state is 0 0, it should become 1 1. Assume it goes to 1 1 simultaneously. Then you will be coming into third row now. When x equal to 1, there is one stable state now. Your circuit will reach the stable state. No, fine, no problem, right? Alternatively, if the 0 0 becomes 0 1, if the 0 0 becomes 0 1, then instead of your circuit goes to third row, it will go to the second row. But in the second row, when the 0 1 is applied into the circuit, correct? No, 0 1 is applied in the circuit, because this will immediately become the next state now. So 0 0 0 1 is your capital Y1, then that will propagate back as the input into the circuit now. So we are coming into second state now. In the second state, still the input is 1 only. So next here the next is, well, next capital Y1 will be 1 1. Then the circuit will go to third row. Here again Y1. So there is no any issue. There is a race, but that race is not a critical race, because it is uncritical race, because finally your circuit will go into your expected state. Therefore, this race is called a non-critical race. Non-critical race. The reason is there is a race now. Understand? But the race will make the circuit into the same expected state. It is something like that. See, I have this cap in my hand. I want to keep it here now. Understand? It is here. I want to keep it here now. But circuit, what happened? The circuit is not directly forcing here. It is giving to Anvisa. Anvisa is giving to Sai. Sai is giving me. So no problem, no? Because finally I got it in this hand now. Therefore, there is races now. That race is not the problem, because finally circuit goes into expected state now. From that state, stability maintained. From that state, stability is maintained now. See here. So finally it comes here only. So 1 1, there is a stable state now. There is a stable state now, right? Then another possibility, you check another possibility, 0 0, then 1 0. If it goes to 1 0, go to 1 0. 1, if the 1 0 is the Y1 Y2, small Y1 Y2, circuits will give you capital Y1 Y2 is 1 1. Then you come here 1 1. There is a state now. So no issue now. So there is a race, but it is also the non-critical race. This is called debouncing. Debouncing in the sense, in between, there will be some changes. There will be some changes, but finally circuits reach into the stable state now. It is something like this. You are in the stable state, unstable state, then again stable state. Again stable state now. That stable state also the expected stable state now. Therefore, it is called non-critical races now. Non-critical races, because circuit reached the stable state ultimately at the end it reached the stable state now, right? Stable state now. Then I will give you one more example. You tell me, that is you analyze this one. This also for stable state only. For example, this is y1 y2 x0 1 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 stable state 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 1. You analyze this circuit. There is a critical race or a non-critical race? Tell me, critical race or non-critical race? This also is a non-critical race only now, because your circuits will go to the stable state, ultimate stable state now. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you tell me what is a stable state in this circuit concerned? It should be like this, y1, y2 and then x. Therefore, here the stable state is 1, 1, 1. Correct, no? Stable state in this circuit, y1, y2, x. X is at the last, right side. y1, y2, x is 1, 1, 1. So what is the stable state in this circuit? What's the stable state in this? 0?
0, 1, 1.
Very good. 0, 1, 1 is the stable state now. Keep these things in mind. It is required for our under analysis. Okay. Now, I will give you one more example now. Suppose we are taking one more table. Maybe you take that this is example 1. This is example 2. This may be example 3. y1, y2, 0, I mean x, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Right. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 1, 0. Right. Now, the expected transition here is 0, 0 to 1, 1. 1, 1 now. Right. But this can go in any way. 0, 0 to 0, 1 and then 1, 1. Or 0, 0 to 1, 0 and then 1, 1. Correct? No? And then 1, 1. Now listen here in this circuit. Listen here. Suppose x is changed from x, I changed from 0 to 1. As long as x is 0, the capital Y1, Y2 also 0, 0. Then small y1, 0. The circuit is in the stable state. Correct? No? Suppose if the x is changed from 0 to 1, then what will happen? Next expected state is capital Y1 is 1, 1. Correct? No, 1, 1. Then it will go to 1, 1. Then 1, 1 there is a stable state now. Right? There is a stable state. So the circuit will reach the expected stable state now. But because of this internal delay, internal processing and propagation delay, what happened if the circuit goes to 0, 1? So instead of 1, 1, if it goes to 0, 1, go to 0, 1, it will get stuck at 0, 1. Correct? No? But circuit actually needed to go to the 1, 1 state. So instead of going to third row, it will get stuck at the second row now. Therefore, this race is called a critical race now. It is a critical race now because it is not expected now. It is something like that. Again, the pen cap is here. I am giving to Anvisha. Anvisha is giving to Sai. Sai is giving to Meghna, not to me. Understand? But the program is written such a way that if the pen cap comes to this hand, do this operation. But the pen cap will never come to this hand now. Therefore, that operation will never be happened. Will never be happened. Right. This is one thing. Another thing is, since the cap reached Meghna, Meghna will be so happy and she will do whatever she wants to do. That is also the another problem in the circuit operation. Correct? No? So one is what is required is not happening. At the same time, what is not wanted is happening. You got the idea, no? So that race is called critical races. Critical race is always problem. We should prevent the critical races in the circuit. You should do something there in the signal, I mean, in your analysis or in your assignments, such a way that the circuits will never reach the critical races. Once it reaches the critical races, then it is nothing is in your hand. It is something like that. Your gun will shoot you. You will be shot down by your own gun, because circuit is not in your own control. You understand now? Circuit should never reach the critical races now. So we need to do something. What there are ways to do it, that we will discuss subsequently now. Right? This is the one issue. Another issue is, this issue is called the critical races. Critical races. Right? Instead of suppose 0, 0, 1, if it goes to 1, 0, you go to 1, 0, then 1, 0 also there is a stable state. Then it will get stuck at 1, 0. Understand? So that is also this is called the critical races. Critical races in the sense the circuit will get stuck at some state which is not expected or which is not as per our predetermined sequence. Because this is also the sequential circuit, because it should go in a predetermined sequence when the input is changed, right? But if it goes somewhere and gets stuck at some status, some states, then the circuit is then that flow, that race is called the critical race now, right? So one is the non-critical race, another one is the critical race. The third one is, the issue we have seen is one is a critical race. Sorry, non-critical race. Second one is a critical race. Critical race. Third one is a cyclic race or oscillation. Cyclic race or oscillation. The oscillation is one of the advantage in the asynchronous sequential circuit. What is the oscillation? The third point is a feedback path. Path delay. Okay. Suppose I will take another. We'll assume one more transition table. Y1, Y2, X0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0 is a stable state, 0, 1, then 1, 1, 1, 0, and 0, 1 and all. Right. This part I omitted because our interest is only to analyze circuit for races. That is why these entries are not made. Okay. Now, in this case, no, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 and all. Now look here. How did we fill these values? From the equation. We have some equation, no, capital Y1 equal to some function of input and the small y1 and y2. And also another y2 is equal to some function of x comma y1 comma y2. Correct? Now this part you understand, right? How did we fill this capital, this place? Capital Y1, Y2 wala. Now, same way, x is changed from 0 to 1. X is changed from 0 to 1 now. Right. Now you see here, if x is changed from 0 to 1, the expected state is 0, 0 to 0, 1. 0, 0, 0 to 0, 1 is the expected state now. Right. Now you assume in this circuit it is fine. It is happening. Assume it is happening now. 0, 0, it goes from 0, 0 to 0, 1. Then here 0, 1, because that y1, y2 will become the small y1, y2, no? Go to 0, 1. Then the 0, 1 will become 1, 1. Correct, no? Then you go to 1, 1. Then the 1, 1 will become 1, 0. Correct, no? Then you go to 1, 0. Then the 1, 0 will become 0, 1. Will become 0, 1. Correct, no? Will become 0, 1. Then the 0, 1 will become 1, 1. Then the 1, 1 will become 1, 0. Then the 1, 0 will become 0. There is a cycle. So this race is called a cyclic race now. That means if you see in the oscilloscope, your DSO, there is always a state transition. Correct, no? For always straight transition, but that straight transition depends the delay of your y1 and y2 processing delay and then propagation delay. So every once in every amount of that delay, the delay means circuit delay, there is a transition now. There is a transition in the circuit. So you can see in the scope, there is 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. So it will generate some random sequence in the sense, in this case concerned, if you look only y1 0 and then 1 then 1 again 0 1 then 1 again 0, then your y2 concerned 1, correct, again 1 then 0 then 1 again 1 0. So like that, by making your circuit to reach some different states, now you can generate some random sequence. Random sequence generation is possible at a very high speed without any external clock support, without any enable. Just you power on or you keep some control mechanism inside now. So once if you enable your circuits, then you keep getting your random sequence out of this such asynchronous circuits now, right? So asynchronous circuits can be used to generate any random sequence, over the time, right? With using simple asynchronous circuits now, you don't need to go for a lot of linear feedback shift register to generate the pseudo random binary sequence. So this fellow can give you some random sequence, right? Second advantage. First advantage is oscillation. Second advantage is the random sequence generators at a very high frequency possible, right? So that speed depends the technology, VLSI technology. If you are ULSI technology, the processing speed is in the nanosecond speed now. So you can generate the nanosecond speed pulse. But whereas getting the nanosecond speed pulse from the crystal oscillators, you need very sophisticated chips or sophisticated oscillators, right? Then another thing is, suppose I'm taking one circuit here, right? So this what we called oscillation or cyclic races. Cyclic races now, right? Suppose I'm taking one example, one simple circuit. Capital Y, this is small y, and this is x1, x2, x1, x2 now, right? What is the circuit? This is a synchronous sequential circuit or a asynchronous sequential circuit. Obviously, it is asynchronous sequential circuit because feedback is there. Uncontrolled feedback is there. Correct? No? Uncontrolled feedback is there. Therefore, this is a asynchronous sequential circuit. Right. Now, what is the equation for capital Y? Capital Y is here x1 y whole dash into x2. If you simplify this one, x1 dash plus y dash into x2, that is equal to x1 dash x2 plus small y dash x2, capital Y equal to, capital Y is equal to this one now, right? Make the transition table for this one. Transition table for this circuit is, there's two inputs, no? I am taking the inputs here, x1, x2, and then small y, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 and now. You tell me the transition table for this asynchronous sequential circuit. That means your internal entries are capital Y. here 0, stable state, 1, 1, 0, right, 0, 1, 0, 0. Correct? Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will analyze this circuit now. We will analyze this circuit. Right. Now suppose if it is 0, 0, right. Okay. Before that, you want to understand one thing. In asynchronous sequential circuits, you write fundamental mode. Fundamental mode. Fundamental mode means only one input change is allowed at a time. Is allowed at a time. This is called fundamental mode. That means already we are in so many problems. Already we are in so many issues. Suppose if you change your inputs simultaneously, then it will lead to very complicated issues. Correct? No? So in the fundamental, the asynchronous circuit should be operated only in the fundamental mode. That means out of all the inputs, only one input change is allowed at a time now. So you have to manage your entire things by changing only one input at a time now. That means x1, x2 may, you can change x1 or x2, but not both simultaneously now. Because if you change both simultaneously, then you will lead into so many complicated issues now. Right. So that is the reason we should operate the asynchronous circuits in the fundamental mode. This is one important interview question. They will ask you what is fundamental mode and why it should be operated in the fundamental mode. Right. Because of so many existing issues, already lot of issues are there in the asynchronous sequential circuits. Right. So now listen, if the 0, 0 goes to 0, 1, that means we are changing 0, 0 to 0, 1, right? Then the 0 will become 1, it will come here, there is a stable state now, circuit will be in the stable state now, right? In the same way, the circuit will be almost in the stable state except this state now, We will understand. You can analyze later, you will come to know that everything is a stable state. Now, suppose input is 1, 0, input is 1, 0 now, right? X1, X2 is 1, 0, and the small y is 0, then there is a stable state now. Circuit is in the stable state. Now, I am making the X2 1. I am making the X2 1 now. That is something like that. X1, X2 is 1, 0, right? Therefore, the circuit is in the Y that is equal to 0. It is a stable state. It is a stable state. Correct? No? It is a stable state now. Vaishnavi, understand? Okay. Suppose I'm making the x2, the 0 now, I'm making it to 1 now. Therefore, the input will be 1, 1. Input will be 1, 1 now. If the input is 1, 1, then the y will be 1 now. Correct? No? Y will be 1 now. Then this it will come here. The small y will become small y. Then the capital Y will be 0 now. Right? Then you go there. Then because of this 0, then capital Y will be 1 now. Again you come here. Again you go there. Again you come here. Again you go. Therefore, if you see the Y, initially it is 0. Then it will be 1. It will be 0. It will be 1, 0. There is an oscillation. That means you can generate the pulse. Or you can generate the clock. So clock can be generated internally by the VHDL code or by this asynchronous sequential circuits without any external clock. So internally we can generate the clock, and that clock can be used for all its internal operations. So no need to use any dedicated separate clock from outside. And dedicatedly alerting on a pin for the clock is not at all required. And further, suppose I am taking you this NOT gate takes 1 nanosecond time, and then this gate also takes 1 nanosecond time. Understand? So all together, total delay is only 2 nanosecond now. So there is a transition for every 2 nanosecond. Understand now? So this is for 2 nanosecond, and this is for another 2 nanosecond, and this is for another 2 nanosecond. This is a 2 nanosecond. This is a 2 nanosecond now. Correct? No? So the time is here. Total time is equal to 4 nanosecond. I mean 1 pulse time. The total time is here only 4 nanosecond. Therefore, your frequency is equal to 1 divided by 4 into 10 power 9 hertz. 1 divided by 4 into 10 power 9 hertz. Correct? No? So 0.25, that is equal to 0.25 into 10 power 9 hertz now. That is nothing but 25, 9 here, 9, 8, 7, 6. 250 megahertz can be generated. 250 megahertz pulse can be generated internally. 250 megahertz pulse can be generated internally. That is possible only by the asynchronous circuit now. You got the idea, na? So because of the oscillation, there is an actually oscillation. 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1. So these are all the stable state. These are all the stable state. This is the unstable state. This is the unstable state now, right? So the unstable state, right? That is the critical race, cyclic race now. So cyclic race help us to generate the pulse or a particular frequency signal. Understand? So with this one we will stop. We will continue in the next lecture. Any doubt you can ask me now.